Hey guys, and welcome to Book-O-Ween Day 7. We are almost done with the series, and I'm actually very sad. I feel like the series was a whole lot of fun, and I'm really sad to see it end. So I hope you guys are still enjoying it, and I hope you guys are ready to see the last two books today and tomorrow's. Today, we're talking about one of my favorite horror writers I've ever found, and this is Kealan Patrick Burke's Dead Leaves. And I have been waiting to read this book for so long, but I knew I was gonna do this series, so I was like, I have to put this in. It's very fall, it's very Halloween. It fits in perfectly. I love his covers. His covers are always so cool. It's a soft touch matte feeling that I love. I just love the way it feels between my fingers. And again, we have that bright orange against the black, and I don't know, it looks really good. I'm not one for orange and black, and I know it's like traditional Halloween colors. It's just not like my kind of thing, but I don't know, the last few books I've seen with this, it looks really nice. We love the pumpkins, so cute, so fall, so Halloween. It's a great cover. Like always, he knows how to kill it. He's Kealan Patrick Burke, come on. So let me read you the back real quick. Strange text messages portend a strange kind of apocalypse. Two brothers find themselves drawn to the only house in the neighborhood not decorated for Halloween. A man returns to his hometown to bury his overbearing mother and finds more than memories awaiting him in the shadows of his childhood home. A young girl walks a lonely country road recalling a rhyme that brings with it memories of death. A teenager hoping for romance gets more than he bargained for when the object of his desire introduces him to the object of hers. An aging millionaire awakes buried in a cheap coffin with only a lamp and a bell for company. The son of a woman accused of being a witch accepts the villagers' peace offering at her funeral, but all is not quite as it seems. And a lonely trick-or-treater awakes in a house rumored to be a place of death. So basically it's just a short synopsis for each story, which I'm also going to do, but I'm going to re-summarize it, I guess, in my own words, just because I feel like I want to give just a tiny bit more information than the back does, but again, not too much because I want you guys to read it for yourself if you want to. So these are 9 short stories inside the book. I believe one is new, I think it says. Yes, a brand new story. That one's called The Toll. But yeah, so these are all his short stories. There's 9 of them in here. And it's a very quick read, but like I said, we'll get into that. So let me summarize them for you real quick. Story 1 is called Andromeda, and this is about Hannah, who is a typical teenager glued to her phone. She's constantly on it. But then an apocalypse happens. Will her phone obsession actually save her? Story 2 is called Someone to Carve the Pumpkins, and this is about Joe, who is obsessed with this house on his street. He believes that the lady that lives inside of it is a ghost, primarily because her decorations for Halloween are not out. There are no decorations on this house, so he thinks that she's a ghost. So Joe's brother Chuck decides to go talk to this ghost lady and see what her deal is. Story 3 is called Haven. When Tom's mother dies, he feels very free, but when he goes back to his house after burying his mother, he realizes he's not really free at all. Story 4 is called How the Night Receives Them, and this is about Carrie, who is walking home alone one night, thinking about a poem that she was told by a friend, and she spends the whole walk thinking about what this poem means and what it means to her especially. Story 5 is called Tonight the Moon is Ours, and this is about Evan, who sneaks out one night to go meet his friends, including the girl he's pretty much in love with. But he slowly realizes that his friends aren't really who he thinks they are. Story 6 is called The Toll, and this is about Camden, who wakes up inside a coffin with only a lantern and a rope that, if pulled, will ring a bell. And he spends his time in the coffin trying to figure out who put him in there and how much money they want from him. Story 7 is called Will You Tell Them I Died Quietly? And this is about Elias, who decides to take the town's peace offering and have his mother's funeral at their church and have them bury her. However, he realizes this was a really bad decision while he's at the funeral. Story 8 is called The Tradition, and this is about Evelyn, who wakes up in an abandoned house and can't remember how or why she's there. But as she starts wandering the house, her memories start coming back to her, and it's revealed why she's actually there. Story 9 is called The One Night of the Year, and this is about Caleb, who every year on Halloween sits out on his porch with a shotgun in his lap and his dog by his side. He gets visitors every Halloween from a cornfield in front of his house, and every year he's prepared for them. Okay, so that's it for the synopsis of the story. So let me tell you what I think. One, let's just get out of the way. I love Kealan Patrick Burke. I love his stories. I love his ideas. I love his storytelling. I'm never disappointed by a book he writes. I'm always just kind of blown away and surprised by his writing. I don't know, there's something about his writing style and his stories that really get me. Like, I don't know, they're creepy, they're spooky, they're weird. There's always that thing about them that makes me love them. His stories always leave me a little confused, and not in a bad way where I can't actually figure it out, mostly because they surprise me so much that I have to think about it because I'm not quite sure what just happened in front of my eyes. Like, did that really happen? Oh my gosh. Like, I just have to take a moment, and I love that. And I don't know, they always spook me, which I honestly love. You know that. I love spooky stuff. Obviously, I love horror. And he just does that every single time. This really, really, really put me in a Halloween mood. It gave me the spooks I was looking for. It just hit all the right notes and hit all the right spots that I was really wanting from a Halloween themed horror book. Very short, like I said, only 103 pages. The stories are really easy to get through. They're just like a breeze. It's just like you start it and then boom, done. Something I also thought was really cool is in the back of the book, he has lists of recommended movies and recommended books for this time of year, which I love that. I just think that's so cool. So he has a bunch of books and a bunch of movies he recommends for this time and Halloween itself, and I think that's so awesome. And I kind of wish I had had his book list when I started Book-O-Ween, because I feel like it would have been so much easier for me when I was trying to come up with books. So thank you, Kealan Patrick Burke. If I do Book-O-Ween again, I'm definitely going to go through your list because I feel like that will come in so handy. Overall, I just don't think you can go wrong with a Kealan Patrick Burke book, but I think this one is especially great for Halloween and this season and this time of year, so it's just perfect. And I'm going to give it 5 pumpkins out of 5 because I love Kealan Patrick Burke. I love this book. What do you want me to say? I loved it. It's great. It's perfect. I highly recommend any of his books. I've reviewed not a lot of them because I don't have all of his books, but quite a few of his books. So if you want to check those out, I have those in my book reviews playlist. Okay guys, that does it for Book-O-Ween Day 7. Tomorrow is the last day. I can't believe we've already gotten through 8 days. That's insane. I feel like it was just yesterday we were on Book-O-Ween Day 1, but now we're going to be on Book-O-Ween Day 8. That's so crazy. So hope you guys are still enjoying this series. If you are, please give me a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to my channel, and I will see you tomorrow for the final day of Book-O-Ween. Bye!